So I'm trying to enjoy this beautiful park. It's a little fakey. The trees are perfectly spaced, and it's nothing compared to a natural forest or the hills of Italy, but it's a park, so it's doing a lot of work right there. People need parks, and sometimes you just gotta appreciate the fact that the park exists. And I'm trying to enjoy the park, but I'm hit with this sudden realization that this particular weekend is Memorial Weekend, and people are celebrating, and I have no reason to celebrate. I am detached from the working world. Normally, I would be working the 9 to 5, the American dream, and I would be looking so forward to seeing family or friends during Memorial Weekend, but that's not the case. And it seems interesting that, you probably take this for granted. Most people don't realize just how tied they are to their school or their work programs, and once they're no longer tied or down to those things, you kind of see that what is Memorial Day? Just a peasant's day to keep the workers from revolting one extra day, a 3-day weekend. And all of it seems so superficial, kind of like this park, where I think they need it. You want to enjoy it, you want to be grateful for it, but it's all kind of there for some reason to, prop up the system that's happening. And that's this work culture, this part of capitalism where if we're not spending money on Memorial Weekend, and some businesses are going to be hurting. The shareholders are going to be losing value because people didn't spend as much as that they were expecting, and a lot of places are expecting this. Things that we don't even think about, like charcoal and all of the barbecue, the meat, all those companies are expecting us to buy beer this weekend, and if people aren't celebrating, then that would really hit their expectations. And it's interesting because if you're part of those expectations, you don't even notice it, and it's only when you're not part of it do you realize, this is all artificial. Why am I partaking in this? Oh, I almost sneezed there. Wow. Great allergies. And it's nice because I get to hear all these little bugs and birds and probably frogs. Not sure what those guys are, but there's a lot of creatures just, kind of calling to me. And that's the part that I want the most, is to feel like, I have some part of me connected to nature. That's what I'm wanting, because I'm feeling very disconnected from society. And so, instead, I'd rather spend time in these grassy groves, listening to the bugs and the animals out there, spending time in the in this little artificial park than I would. And I'm thinking, why do I want to go back inside? What is the benefit? Why am I in a hurry? There's this constant strain and fear of hurry, I gotta get the thing done so that I can go do this, and I gotta get that thing done so that I can go do this. And I'm like, well, why? I don't feel like I've stopped and enjoyed anything since I got here, and I really need to do that. Kind of stop and enjoy, whatever is going on around here. Oh, watch your fingers there. Oh, sorry, doggy. You got tangled up. Alrighty. And so, why should I be running back home? Why am I in a hurry? I don't want to get things done. I guess this is a time to stop and think about, why rush? Slow down. It's not about doing it right anymore. It's about realizing what you're even doing. What am I even doing? Because I'm starting to question, what's the point? What is the point of doing all of this? And this bug is eating me alive. So now I'm hurrying to get inside to get away from the bug. Ain't that a trip? The weekend, people are supposed to be slowing down and relaxing. I don't seem to notice anymore, you know? Like, I don't notice the days. None of that is really all that important what day it is. I get surprised when it's a weekend because I'm like, oh, well, maybe that means there'll be different hours for things. And I don't particularly know when things are going to be open or closed. The weekend used to be such a great sign to me, like, oh yeah, you know, the weekend is here. I can finally relax. I can finally do something, the thing that I'm wanting to do. No. Every day is just kind of blurs together now. And I wonder how long, you know, someone can handle everything blurring together before, you know, you kind of start to lose it a little bit. I think that's what society is doing. That or this bug is really eating me alive. Just will not leave me alone. Do I taste good, mister? Oh. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna take the long way back. There's no rush. I don't have to be a part of anything if I don't want to. There's this Memorial Day is supposed to be important. I'm a veteran, and I'm not seeing the point anymore. You know what I mean? I'm just like, a lot of these soldiers died in vain, and we kind of just tricked ourselves into thinking that, you know, we should be honoring them so that their sacrifice was for nothing. And it's like, yeah, I think their sacrifice was for nothing. We haven't really been defending any kind of democracy. We've been undermining it everywhere that we can. And without trying to be too political, I'm just feeling like I don't think the soldiers are, you know, even able to care at this point, especially in this day and age. We tend not to care about anything, you know. We're kind of just all busy caring about ourselves, unfortunately. So it's just really makes me wonder, why do I care so much about a darn holiday? And questioning it is really helping me go, you know what? I don't need to care about it. I used to look forward to it, and now I don't. And I guess I just need to be okay with that. It just takes some time sometimes to cope with the change of pace, change of directives, change of life. I don't know where I'm going these days. I don't know, you know. Come here, girl. Sit. Good girl. Don't know. Don't know much. I'd say, if anything, these next 3 months are kind of up for grabs, and I'm so worried about being away from the ones I love, being separated from the ones I love, and I guess I really need to buckle down and try and focus and get some of the stuff done that I've wanted, because before, when I was part of the system, I never had time to do the things that I wanted, and I was constantly complaining about how if only I had free time, I would. Well, now I have free time, and instead I'm totally depressed. I have all the time in the world, and that's kind of what's bothering me. Like, why is it that I'm not doing what I said I would? I said if I had free time that I would do it. So it's just like, am I lazy? Is it a matter of discipline? Is it a matter of just, you know, kind of grounding myself and figuring out what is it that I wanted? Did what I want change? Because before, what I wanted was, you know, so badly to work on the things that I didn't have time for, and now all of those things kind of seem very distant. It's okay if things change, but I guess you as a person have to kind of acknowledge that the change is happening, and if you don't, then you're going to be where I am, which is kind of confused and come here, baby, go. I think I caught it. There you go. Let's go. You're going to be confused and not sure what you're doing, and I guess that's where I am now. Kind of just recentering, saying I'm no longer a part of this particular system, but I have been craving all of this time in the first place to do what I want to do, and I wasn't doing it, so I need to do that now, and I shouldn't waste it. It sucks, it's hard. The initial feelings that I had, obviously very valid. It's a little bit of a culture shock going between different countries like this and realizing all the things that I miss about some of the better places. And it can be really easy to get caught up in that. That change is so drastic that, you know, you just, you get in a loop. I guess you could say it's like ruminating, just thinking about the thing over and over again, and I don't want to do that. I've thought about it enough, and I guess that's something that you gotta learn to do, is that like, okay, well, you know what, you've worried about something long enough, it's time to stop worrying about it and move on, and if you don't do that, then, you know, then you'll be stuck forever ruminating, and I'm not really interested in doing that at this point. So, really got to buckle down and figure out, come on, let's go. Yes, I know. She's being really good. She's not even barking or anything. She's just, happy, good dog. Lots of improvements I've seen. So, very happy that these walks are doing something. They're doing some good, because if you're struggling or ruminating, getting stuck in those thoughts, then you really need to get outside. Sunlight apparently has magical properties, backed by science. You know, the sunlight effect really helps kind of get you out of that perpetual thoughts that are just kind of, you know, stuck in your head and not feeling like you're doing anything or accomplish anything. Getting in the sun is just so important for you. A little bit every day, you know, if you got a balcony, sit on a balcony. If you've got a dog, take that dog for a walk. If you got mountains like I used to have, you know, those mountains were great for me for decompressing, getting all of those thoughts out of my head. The decompression was real, just being able to, you know, all the things that we were going through at the time, really needed to get a lot of that stuff off of our chest, and it was great for us, especially if you're a couple, you know, walk together, share those thoughts. I cannot recommend it enough. If you do have someone to go for walks with, do it. It will change your relationship, whether you're a child, sibling, or parental figure, friends or whatnot. It's really good for you. Can't recommend it enough. I like to think back when, like, all of my guys in the army, we used to go on hikes all the time together, and it's, without even realizing it, it's kind of a bonding experience. A lot of those guys would show up, you know, just like, hey, let's go, and that's what we would do. And so that's what I'm doing now. So if you're able to get out, go for a walk, enjoy nature, I strongly recommend it. Well, thanks for listening to me rant. Ciao. Bye.